Hey YouTube, Rob here. Um, Basically, I want to just tell you that this crater right here is what made our planet. There's just no doubt about it for me now, and I'm going to show you exactly why I say that this crater made this planet. And I want to go ahead and throw out there a challenge to any geologist or any scientist, alive or dead, um, to prove that this crater did not make this planet. And let me show you my observable evidence of why I say this. It's actually pretty outstanding. It's so obvious to me that's why I'm putting that challenge out, because I know what it is, and common sense would tell anybody else what is happening. So let me start and show you right off the bat. These two locations here. You got this area, and then on the other side of the planet you have this area right here. Now, plate tectonics claims that plates are slowly moving around the planet at the rate of a fingernail's growth. The same rate that your fingernails grow at is how fast these plates move, with continents that are fixed to them. Okay, so these two areas here are opposite sides of the planet, and let me just show you first what's going on with North America and here, this area right here. This is what got me to come to this conclusion, is that I started noticing that when I brought North America down here, for one, when I would bring it down here, you could see that this area would line up this way. You could see that now when I look at this, I can tell you that this area right here is obviously made by rotation, like that. It's like spinning away from you and around, you know what I mean? You know, kind of like in here like that or whatever. But everything that you see on the planet took place in that crater and right here. And so let me show you. Okay, North America here. I began to notice that what must have happened is that rotation I was telling you about, that right there. Well, it actually happened through the whole thing, because you can see that area lines up there. This area lines up here. So that means that this flip-flopped. This rolled over. And the more you look at the shape of the west coast here and all that, the more obvious is that's what it did. You can even see it in it just looks like it wrapped around, you know? Okay, so like that. Yeah, see how this starts to line up right here? Like that. You can see it, Alaska. Okay, and then so we got that. You can easily see this. Okay, I think it also goes like that. Yeah, I like this actually. Yeah, that's how these were connected. Oh gosh darn this thing. This was connected like that, and it flip-flopped. It rolled. Let me show you what. Originally, I was going to throw a challenge to any geologist or any scientist that to prove that Florida wasn't made in this area, but then I started realizing everything was made in that area. So that's why I changed it to prove that the whole planet didn't come from this area. Because it becomes obvious that the rotation happened in here. Because if you look at it, you'll see that it lines up. This is like pretend this is just like a bubble, like just rolling, spinning like a Dremel or a drill or something. Okay, you can see how it lines up. You can see that the features underneath obviously made the features on Florida. You can see that, right? Any resolution too, doesn't matter. You can even see the rotation, how it spins off the tip of Florida. And then, of course, you got Cuba and all that right here. And that also came out of here. And you could tell that when you turn this 90 degrees, you know that it's going to fit right in there. But just look at this, though. Just look at this as I make it more transparent. Can you see how it's fitting in there? Like that. And like that. You can actually see what's going on here, actually. You can see the story. Anybody should be able to see this, right? Think about it. Oh yeah, I don't want to forget Yellowstone Park for the trolls, because they love it when I talk about Yellowstone Park. But that's also, this is like the smaller version of this. That's why I claim Yellowstone Park is more than just a super volcano. and I also claim that Yellowstone Park is all over the planet, and it is, because it's all this stuff is reoccurring patterns of this area, because everything came from here. And at one point, Yellowstone Park, because it's smaller, it's the smaller version, so it must have been closer from the moment of its creation. Obviously, this grew into the size of our planet right now. So that's what I'm claiming. Look how it lines up. The markings. You see that? That's this is called observable evidence. It's not really a theory. What I'm showing you is observable evidence of how our planet was really created. And this is pretty damn solid, actually. That's why I feel comfortable making that challenge. Just looking at this, you can see what happened. You can see the spinning and the rotation. And you can see it getting big. You can see what happened here. It starts at a point right here, and it grows larger and larger, and then starts rotating and making the continents. Here, look how everything lines up with the stuff behind it. And if you can't see it, you need to do your own overlay so that you can see it. You will see it when you do it yourself. See? See how that fits in there? There. And then, now you notice that the rest of it seems a little bit off, but Florida fits in there. But let me show you why. Because you have to flip-flop it now. Great, hold on. Because this rotated, now the other stuff starts to fit. Like this, see? Watch. I just put Florida in there. You just saw Florida in there before the opposite way. And you saw the markings are lining up, and they're still lining up. even this way. Obviously this right here made this hole. Well, it's a lake, but it's a hole to me. And you can see how features line up with these markings. Oh yeah, this challenge also goes to the trolls too. All the trolls that make the ridiculous comments that have no intelligence whatsoever behind it. My challenge is for you to also prove this isn't what I'm saying it is. You can see the markings underneath lining up. You can see the edge lining up, and you can see what looks like, stuff rotating away. This is a plasma vortex. It's just this is the inner part of it. It's this spinning. Somewhere at one end, it's got to be drawing in. One end should be drawing in matter, and then it should come out like, I'll show you, as a wave or something. But one end gets the input, and then of course there's going to be an output, and that's the output is what created this planet. The input is what I'm speculating about too. Well, I think that these, in another video I'll probably explain why, but I think that our planet is the result of a vortex from Saturn, and the vortex sucks up the matter, or it's either a whirlpool, I don't know, but rotation and plasma and heat, obviously electromagnetism is what created our planet, not gravity. And what I'm claiming is that, like the storm that's on Saturn now, there's a hexagon storm on its pole. Well, when Saturn was a brown dwarf star before it was captured by our sun, it had its corona and all that, and I believe that storm, when there's a corona on Saturn, might actually suck the matter from Saturn and into like a planet or a moon, and then when the storm is over, like the hexagon storm, I then think the moon or something, whatever it becomes, is either ejected or it just goes into orbit around Saturn as one of its moons. That's what I'm claiming that the Earth is. There's reasons why I claim Saturn is where it's from, and I'll do that in another video when I have more time. But so I'm showing you this. You got that right. You get the Florida thing. You can actually see this. This must have fit in here, and it probably rotates though. When I put Florida in here, you can see that it lines up. These markings line up with the lines right here. You see that? The odds that these would be the exact measurement apart from each other right there is pretty good evidence, but the fact that it just fits in there everywhere you put it is also really good evidence. If I rotate this is going to fit right on there, this straight edge, like that. Notice how things starting to line up here. This is also another version of this. This is like the rotation is just changing. See how things just line up? You don't know how easy this makes my job of proving what I'm claiming. If you're a scientist or a geologist, you should realize by now that none of this should be lining up according to plate tectonics at all. but look at the amount that I can show you. It's staggering. It really is staggering. In science, this is I got this. There's just no doubt about it. It can't be. Look how that fits right there. I can tell you with over 100% confidence that this is how it happened. So we got that. Now let's go on to the other stuff. Now, of course, something that's rotating that intense like that it would surely kick up a wave or a wake or something like that. And I mean, well, this is obviously the wake, but let me show you this wave. If you were to look at this in 3 dimensions, you should be able to start seeing what I'm talking about. Okay, so we got this rotating here. You can see when I line this up here, you can see how this naturally goes right into the right position of that area. You can even see that that's the splitting or whatever. You can see how this is going that direct. That's something else, I guess. I just noticed that. I hate this thing the way it moves. Okay, yeah, you see how this is that B that faces downwards? How this looks like a B kind of, and then this looks kind of like a B facing downwards. Well, when I line them up, you can see how these features line up over here. Almost like a storm, like a whirl, like a tornado or something. It just gives me that impression. But you can see how this fits into here when I line all these up. And you can see the process that's basically making this. Australia fits in here. The thing is you got to remember, all this, everything happened in here, and then it's spread out. So that's what you're seeing here. You can see how this wraps around it. I was trying to show that the other day, and I guess it was kind of hard for people to see. I don't know, but you can see that this wraps around. Notice that these the markings on South America here, and then the markings here, how they line up perfect. I just center over this most obvious feature right here, this round circle, and I just start lining things up with that, and you can see how the rest complement it. If I can get this the right distance, you see? So then something happens right here, I guess. Maybe it flip-flops or something, but you can see that this is wrapping around. If you look at this in 3 dimensions, see how this is that shape, and then you got this shape. And this is like a snake. If it was wrapping around something, that's what magnetic fields do. And Birkeland currents wrap around stuff, and that's obviously what's happening here. You just have to open up your mind and see it, see this in 3 dimensions instead of a flat plane. You can see how that fits there. Better yet, you can see how these fit here. And there. and there. See, man, it's so tough to get this thing to cooperate. You see that though? See how it lines up in both places? Because both places took place here. Everything took place here, but I have to show you this way because this is the way it's spread out. But look. See how it keeps lining up? It's because it made that. It's not, you couldn't take another planet and take the features off of it and do exactly what I'm doing here. It wouldn't work. It has to be because it made this. See how it lines up with that marking there? That's from rotation. Notice how the Amazon discharge pattern follows that, because it's an electric discharge, not a river. It just happens that water filled it in because there just so happens to be a rainforest right there. So that's what made the Amazon River. And for the trolls, this is only a matter of time. I knew it was only a matter of time before I would be able to present evidence that will make you run like chickens. I guarantee you no troll's gonna stand up to this. I'd love for it to happen though. See how that fits in there? And there. It's over. This is how the planet was made. I guarantee it. But it doesn't stop there though. See, that's the beauty of this. Because we have the Himalayas to deal with, and I also have the Mid-Atlantic Ridge to deal with too. Okay, so here we go. We'll bring in the Himalaya Mountains that was supposedly made by a collision. How can it be made by a collision if I can take it to the opposite side of the planet and line it up right here? And then that crater in China is like the bigger brother of this crater here. Look what happens when I line it up. See how the features complement the rest? You can see that the overspill that I've been talking about. See how it seems to come off of this? Well, that would be, of course, that's Yellowstone Park too, would line up there. But for now, this is what I'll show you. So I line up the craters here. You can tell that it's spinning. Here's the Himalaya Mountains. Look how I line up the features that complement. The Himalayas fit here. They fit there. You see the spill out? See how that fits right there? And it does. I know it does, no matter what. You got your little waterfall coming out. This is of molten material. Here's India with its, you know how it has this kink in here? Well, this is what made that kink. This is like part of that wave, by the way. Yeah, you start combining these up and you start getting the story. you can actually see with your own eyes the creation of our planet in process. Okay, so I got you this. Oh yeah, and then of course this whole process, well, let's rotate it like that. Let's see if I can control this right. Okay, so here's that spill out area. Wow, this got hard to see. Okay, so yeah, we got the spill out here, but it looks like it needs to flip-flop because that's what vortexes do, they rotate. And with laser precision, you can see that here it lines up. This is observable evidence that proves that plate tectonics is wrong, and it shows you how the planet was created. The spillover, it all came from this right here, this huge crater that some people like to call a basin. See how it still fits right here? It keeps fitting. So I just wanted to show you something I noticed that okay, so I show you how all this lines up right here, but then look as I bring the rest of it down with India. And then with the discharge. Oh man, this is hard to control. Hold on. Yeah, see, like that. And then let me flip-flop it and see what happens. Hold on. God, this thing never cooperates. Hold on. There. I don't know if you can see that. You might not be able to see it because you're not moving it yourself. When you're moving it yourself, you see it. But this lines up here along India. Shit, of course. Hold on. Fuck. Yeah, okay, see, like that. Come on. My God, I could tell that the universe or something doesn't want me to show you this. It's like no matter what I do, it keeps trying to screw it up. Okay, look, yeah, you can see how it lines up. Anyways, I want to show you the mid-Atlantic ridge. Before I get to that, though, I got to show you this. This is incredible. Just look at how well this lines up no matter where I move it. Like you got right there. And I showed you all this right here. Right there, you can see it. It's just, this is incredible. this is great. I knew this would only be a matter of time before I'd be able to figure out a way to show people so that they know without a doubt. I mean, you think it really is necessary for me to go take mineral samples of each area, or is this good enough? I think this is more than good enough, actually. This is the best you can get, actually, with observable evidence. Okay, here's the Mid-Atlantic Ridge right here. Here's the Himalaya Mountains. Okay, here I lined them up better, so here we go. Like that. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. You can just see that this lines up, and the Mid-Atlantic Ridge is just another layer of a recurring pattern of this area. That's exactly what it is. You can even see how it lines up right here. And then this is the spill out that comes out of the vortex that you can see over here. Just move it over and possibly rotate it, and you have your texture for the spill out, like right there, actually. By the way, remember Florida? That means that this goes also this way. Watch, like that. And then if you flip-flop it, you can see how stuff is lining up over here, by the way. Yeah, alright, I'm going to hurry because it's already been half an hour. Here it is inside the crater. You just simply move it over to here. You can see how it polishes off the rest of what's going on. If you can't, you can just have to trust me. It does in every way possible. It just keeps continually lining up because the whole planet came from this area. And that's my challenge. If you're a geologist or a scientist, give it your best shot and try to prove this is not correct. I already can tell you that it's impossible, and I mean, I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I just look at the outstanding amount of evidence that I have. If you're a scientist, you should know right away to have this type of evidence, and this amount of evidence is a godsend. It doesn't get any better than this, actually. I can confidently say, for anybody to go ahead and test this in any way possible, I already know that this is how it is. You could take samples, you could take fossil samples. The only thing you're going to prove is that the current theory is wrong when you do it. That's all you're going to prove. And this is going to be the right one. This is the way it happened. There's just no doubt about it. It couldn't get any easier to see or understand than this. You want to know where Italy's mountains came from? It came from here. You want to know where the Eye of Sahara came from? It came from here. All the mysteries about this planet, the surface feature mysteries, it all came from here. Thanks for watching, and post your comments. I'm ready to put this against any theory or anything. Anybody that has a piece of information that they think proves this wrong, post it in the comments and give me the chance to take it on, so that I can thoroughly prove that this is how it happened. Thanks for watching.